The lost sheep, lost coin, Luke chapter 15. That's where we'll be this morning. In these two parables, Jesus talks about something of value being lost. People diligently searching for it, and then they find it and they rejoice. So Luke 15, we'll start at verse 1. We'll read through verse 10. Tax collectors and other notorious sinners often came to listen to Jesus teach. This made the Pharisees and the teachers of religious law complain that he was associating with such sinful people, even eating with them. So Jesus told them this story. If a man has 100 sheep and one of them gets lost, what will he do? Won't he leave the 99 others and go search for the one that is not lost until he finds it? And when he has found it, he will joyfully carry it home on his shoulders. When he arrives, he will call together his friends and neighbors, saying, "Rejoice with me, because I have found my lost sheep." In the same way, there is more joy in heaven over one lost sinner who repents and returns to God than over 99 others who are righteous and have not strayed away. Then there's the parable of the lost coin. Or suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and she loses one. Won't she light a lamp and sweep the entire house and search carefully until she finds it? And when she finds it, she will call in her friends and neighbors and say, "Rejoice with me, because I have found my lost coin." In the same way, there is joy in the presence of God's angels when even one sinner repents. So the two big verses, verse 7 and verse 10. When someone repents, there's a party in heaven. There's rejoicing. There's celebrating in heaven. Of course, some of y'all, it's like, I don't know, some of you may have, at least in times past, and someone does now, have raised animals. What happens when one of those animals goes missing? Do we just forget about it? I've got more. No, you go search for it, right? You want to find the lost animal. Even though anyone ever lost a pet. One time I thought I did, and searched and searched and searched, and it's a cat. He was just really good at hiding. Glad I found him in the house hiding. But when you thought he was gone, it was an ordeal. She was there. She knows. You were there. You weren't there? You were there. Don't get you in trouble now.
No, I wasn't there. It was such a big deal. It was the night before my sister's wedding. So I was at my mom and dad's house, and this cat was left at his mom and dad's house. So he left me to go find my cat. So I wasn't there.
That's true, you wouldn't. Yeah, that's when we had moved. We were more or less homeless at the time. We had moved back from North Dakota, hadn't yet found our own place yet. Our junk was just in Mom's basement. Yep. We were moving in and out. The people were in and out all the time, and the door was left open for a long period of time. Yeah. So it was an ordeal. Yep. But yeah, I searched. Thought he was missing. Instead, I was like, in here, he's like, oh no, he's gone.
You took me to Somerset and then went back to find the cat.
Yes, I did. I took you to your mama's house and went back home.
Yeah. I mean, that illustrates your point.
Yes, it does.
You look for something that's important.
I looked and found him. Then I got up the next morning and joined you. Yeah. That's true.
Weddings mean a lot to different things to women than they do to men.
Well, it wasn't our wedding.
No, it wasn't ours. It was my sister's.
And she's weird. I doubt she'll ever watch it, but she's weird. I'll send her the link. Yeah. But you do. You go through things to find them because you care about them. Maybe you search alone and then, I can't do it myself. You call in the help of others. You search until they're found. Because each one of those sheep in our story had value. The 99 had value. That one had value. Whether it was used to, whether they sold them, wool, food, they had value. They were important to the family. Of course, we were told there that when the sheep was found, there would be rejoicing. Just like in heaven, when a sinner repents, the angels, heaven rejoices. Yay, someone has come home. Then quickly down into the story of the coin. I don't know if we've said it in here before, but we probably have in a Bible study. More likely, this coin was associated with the woman's dowry, what she was given when she was married. A lot of times it may have been put on a necklace. She may have wore it. Maybe not all the time. Maybe it would have been a special occasion thing. I'm getting to that. Yeah. Or a lot of times you could associate it now with ladies with your rings. How many of you ladies would be so distraught if you woke up and this was gone? One person? All right. Oh, you know which one it was. Oh. Well, just earlier this week, she was like, oh no. She got up and she put on lotion. She takes off her rings and she puts on her lotions and she sets it aside. And then la 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 la, you know. And then she left. Then she gets hold of me later and she goes, go find my rings. I don't know where they are. Then I sent her a picture and went, look at my hand. It's so nice.
And in that moment, I felt better because I knew that someone knew where they were.
Yeah, I did. I sent and took a picture of my hand. It fits barely on the pinky. I got big hands. But I digress. But she was concerned. Where are they? Where's my rings? So it would have been ornamental for the lady in this time to have had these coins on a necklace, but also could be used in times of emergency to provide for the family. Because then even that would be hard, right? I got this when I got married, but keep it and maybe not have enough food, or part with it and keep the family going. Of course, just like that, engagement rings, wedding rings, this coin, they're not only valuable from what they're made of, gold, diamonds, other stones, other metals, but they're important because who gave them to you? Of course, many houses then didn't have windows, or at least every room didn't have windows, so it would have been dark. You'd have had to have went in there with a lamp or maybe even multiple lamps, depending on who the person might have been looking. They would have had to have emptied out the house of furniture. If you have dirt floors, maybe they're just under a bunch of dust. So the house would have been emptied. The house would have been swept clean. And then she said when she found it, oh, friends, I found it. Because you never know. It could be stuck in a corner. It could be in a crack. You don't know it. Everything has to be cleared out. Of course, if we lost something important, of course, has anyone out there ever lost anything important or highly valuable? Did you search for it, or did you go, I don't need that anymore? I'm sure we searched for it. And hopefully we found it. And when you found your missing item, were you not happy about it? Oh, good, I found it. Maybe it's even just the remote control, right? How many of us anyone ever been there? You're watching TV and then all of a sudden you just can't find it? Where did it go? But you found it, yay. Nonetheless, you found it. Or anyone ever misplaced these things? Or you thought you lost them, but then they're on your head. Or car keys, you can't go anywhere without them. Even if it's something little, we're happy when we find them, but it's even more so when it's something that we hold dear, something we prize. Because no matter what we hold dear, no matter what we own, be it one thing or all of our possessions in total, isn't the kingdom of heaven more important? It is, or it should be. In these two parables, an item of value was lost. The first one was a sheep. The second one was a coin. They had earthly value, and they were searched diligently for. Now, we all have lost or misplaced items, and we search for them. But how much more important are lost people, our lost souls? How much effort do we put into finding them or helping them find their way? Like, do I search for the remote control harder than I do to tell people about Jesus? It's like, whoo, that can be deep, right? Do I search for my car keys more than I do helping people find their way home? Just think about the people in your life, and each of us know many. Maybe from school, maybe from work, maybe civic organizations, maybe our neighbors, maybe our family members, but we all know people. And then you think about people in your life that you know, how many of them aren't saved? You know, we might be checking off names in our head. Oh, yeah, Uncle so-and-so, or I got a cousin, or my neighbor, or my boss, or one of my employees, or a coworker. We're all probably thinking of somebody, right? How many of them don't know Jesus? How many never read the Bible? How many never pray? How many never seek God out? How many never go to a church service, be it here or anywhere else? We're all probably thinking, I know a few of those people. Remember way back when we used to be those people? I don't want to go to church. I don't want to read. I don't believe that stuff. How much effort have you, have I, have we as a group put into showing them and telling them about God? And that can be a personal one. How much effort have I put in? Then here's the question again. Do you put more effort into finding lost earthly things than we do about sharing our faith, sharing our testimony, sharing the gospel? Okay, and there's many ways to share. So how do we reach out, or what prevents us from reaching out, be it as individual believers, be it as a couple, be it as a family, or even as a church body? 3 things we'll look at today. Do we have compassion on people? Do we accept people for who they are? At the beginning of our passage, we read that tax collectors and sinners, because tax collectors, remember, they were lumped into their own category. They came to listen to Jesus. And then the Pharisees complained because Jesus, depending on your translation, he accepted them, he associated with them, he welcomed them, he received them. He didn't kick them out. He didn't say, go away because I know what lifestyle you lead. Go away, you wicked person. He accepted them, he welcomed them, but he didn't not call them out on their sin, all right? Then he ate with them, which can mean he was on familiar terms with them. He knew who they were, what they were about, what they did. Then more questions for us. How many, I have in quotes here, sinners do we interact with on a routine basis? That's how the scripture catches it too. They were sinners. They were not saved people. They were not part of Jesus' group. How many lost people do we come into contact with? We say, probably a lot. Even if we don't know them personally, there's probably a lot of people we come in contact with that don't know the Lord. How many of these people are we on friendly terms with? So even that can help steer a conversation toward Jesus. If we know them, if they trust us, we can talk about more things freely. What is our attitude towards someone that isn't a Christian or even who doesn't belong to our church? Again, are we friendly? Are we welcoming? Or would we want to keep people at arm's length? Do outsiders see us as a friendly group? Can they reach out to us for help? If someone in our group or in the community needed something, would they feel like they could talk to you or me or us? Do we offer our love and friendship and advice to them? Are we willing to meet their physical and mental needs in hopes of opening up that door to talk to them about spiritual things? Because honestly, people don't care about the spiritual things if they're hungry. Why in the world would I want to listen to a sermon if I haven't had anything to eat in a few days? A lot of times you meet a physical need, and that opens the door. Why did you stop and help me? I'm glad you asked. When a person is going through a troubling time and seeks out help, I think we could only fit into one of the following three groups. The first group is the group that doesn't care, that doesn't help, or waits until other people do the work. We'll let someone else do it, and I don't care, I don't want to do it. That's group one. Group two is probably even worse than group one. We blame them or criticize them for getting into that situation, and then we offer no help. Well, you know what you were getting into. Serves you right. If you wouldn't have been living that lifestyle, you wouldn't be in this mess. We know people like that. Maybe we used to be that way. Help yourself. Quit doing what you're doing. And maybe way back there could be a smidge of truth in there. If they hadn't been living a certain lifestyle, doing certain things, no, they may not have been in that situation. But at that particular moment, does that help somebody? No, it doesn't. Then there's the group we should be in, group three. We actually help. So when a person is seeking out things, do we help? Do we not help? Or do we criticize and not help? Hopefully we want to be in the group that I want to help. Of course, we have to figure out what group we belong to as an individual believer, as a family, and then as a church too. Of course, if we have compassion on people, then won't it show in what we do? I feel for you. I love you. I have that sympathy. I have that empathy. I want to reach out. Of course, the more compassion we have, it should be shown in how we live, how we talk, what we do, and what we don't do. Were the lost sheep and lost coin just stumbled upon? Hey guys, I lost the sheep, but then I wasn't looking for it, and a month later, found it. No, we read that the shepherd went out and sought out the sheep. And the story of the coin. The lady didn't just, it might turn up. No, she searched and searched for it. We've done that. I've lost a few things or misplaced things, and you're not looking for it, but all of a sudden, found it. You know, whenever misplaced things because someone else moved it, I'm getting the look. Went too far, maybe. Nope, not too far. Got it. But things like that, yeah, we can stumble upon things. Oh, that's where that thing went. But wouldn't we have found it quicker if we would clean out the office more than once a blue moon? But someone had to put in actual work and search and clean and walk and call for and search until the sheep was found, until the coin was found, until the desired outcome was achieved. Will any church grow or survive if they don't reach out and get more people to join? Eventually, every church will close its doors, right? We're no different. If no one else ever joined our body, how much longer would we have? It's a question we have to really answer. If no one else ever came through those doors, what's their expiration date? What do we have to do to reach out to people and get people to, hey, I want to be a part of that church? It's not just this church. Every church out there has to say that. What can we do to get people to want to be a part of us? What can we offer? Because we got to start with, we got to offer the gospel. But what can we do? Can we do nothing and hope that just lots of people will decide to walk through the doors? I mean, does that happen in any church? Let's do nothing and next Sunday it'll be packed out. No. Of course, is it always easy to reach out to people or talk to people or share your faith with somebody? No, it's not always easy to do that. Especially if there's not an opening. It's hard to just walk up to someone and go, hi, would you like to talk about Jesus? Sometimes that just even throws people off. No, I don't want to. A lot of people think you're probably part of that, some goofy, silly, weird, cultish group if just to do that. The weird people at the airport will do that. Not me. You've been to the airport and had people come on and talk to you about weird things? Just me? All right. Now, the more we do it, the more we share, the easier it does become. When opportunities, though, do present themselves, we have to be bold and faithful to, here's my chance. Who knows how many chances we might get with that person? Who knows, we might just get one. And if we let it go, well, who knows what happened to that person down the road? Someone else might talk to them, and that's a good thing. But we do have to answer the call to share, to invite, to encourage, to plant seeds, to water seeds. And yes, hopefully we're the ones that can do the harvesting too. And a lot of our work we won't see until eternity. We get there because we don't know exactly how things will go. He knows that God will say, these are all the people that you influence throughout your life. We don't know. It's possible. This person is here, and this person here, this person's here is because of you. What do you mean because of me? I didn't see them get saved. No, but you talked to them, and they got to thinking about it, and then they followed up later down the road. But if you wouldn't have said something to them, who knows? But it does feel nice, right, to be the one that brings in the harvest. Beyond that, we would probably be working on someone else's planting and watering. That we must be active in our efforts. Our compassion should drive us to doing and being persistent. Because everything starts with prayer, does it not? Lord, who do I need to witness to? And maybe He'll give you a particular person or family. Talk to insert name here. Lord, I don't know what to say. Give me the words. Give me a passage that I can share. Because after we bathe everything in prayer, Lord, I want to be your servant. I want to be bold. I want to have the faith to share my faith. Because then we have to do what we can to talk to people. Of course, in this day, you can talk to people in person, online, send them letters, give them a call. Everything doesn't always have to be face-to-face anymore, though that is important. Invite them, encourage them. Of course, it isn't just a one-time thing. Come to church with me. I'm good. Invite them again. Of course, there could be a fine line between, being bothersome and maybe having someone throw up too many walls to not doing it at all. But so it's like we'll have to know how to read the room, if you will, gauge how, There's the person's having a really awful day, and they're But even then, a verse or a prayer could be what they need. And then, of If we're asking the Spirit to lead us, Lord, lead me, guide me. Is this the right time to say something? Be open. Of course, we should not give up until that person, that couple, that family changes. And then that starts with prayer. I'm going to pray for this person. I'm going to pray for this family. I'm going to pray for this road. I'm going to pray for whatever it is until something changes. Of course, did the person looking for the sheep just look at one place? I got all these hillsides. I'm going to just look here. Oh, the sheep's not there. I give up. Well, with the lady looking for the coin, did she just look in one spot? Well, it's not under the table. I give up. No, both searched until they found their item of value, their item that meant something to them. Of course, we read, God loved the world. How much, people? How much did God love the world? Yeah. We have a little joke in here. We go, how much do you love me? All the love, right? That's our little joke. All the love. I love you. I have all the love for you. That's a lot, right? All the love. That's God. He has so much love for us, more than we could even fathom. It's like you think back. Imagine how much your grandma loved you. God loves you way more than that. It's like, what? That's what we tell the kids. Think about the person who loves you the most. God loves you more. And that just kind of throws them off. How? He just does. He loved the world so much. He loved the lost people. We've all been there at one point in our life. That He sent Jesus. Because we used to be that. We were lost, but aren't anymore, right? We are found. Of course, if we're following Jesus, right? If He lives within our hearts, then that's gone to show, right? We'll exude His characteristics. In Scripture, people came to Jesus because He loved them, He cared for them, He welcomed them as friends. Granted, He didn't leave them in their sin. He preached against it. And we may have those people in our lives that aren't saved, but we're still friends with them. They know how we feel about certain subjects, but we still have that relationship. Same thing here with Jesus. So we should do the same. Accept people, welcome people. Who cares what they do? I'd rather be whatever sinner you want to think of. I'd rather them be in a good church than not. At least if they're hearing things that could change them, right? They're hearing about God loving the world and the miracles that he did, and what the end time is going to be like, and what heaven is compared to what hell is. Shouldn't matter. Come anyway. But then, again, do we exhibit Jesus? Do we have compassion on people? Do we put in the effort with people? Are we persistent with the people? Again, now homecoming is in 4 weeks. And that will make it seem like, oh, we have to get people here by homecoming, right? I think it's a nice place to start. Even if it's the week after, if it's the month after. There's no, will some people just show up just because it's homecoming? Some people might. Oh, it's homecoming. It's a celebration. I used to go to church there. Sure, I can come and listen to the songs and the history and eat some noodles. Some people might come just for that. I'll be here just for more than just the noodles. But even the people that show up for that day, right? And then that's even an opportunity for us as a church to say, hey, we've missed you. You know, we meet next week too, right? But then it starts with prayer, and it starts with our persistent effort rooted in love. So homecoming is in 4 weeks. Continue searching for the people. Like, somebody's like, we know where they live, right? We know their phone numbers. We know their email addresses. We know that the mailman will take them a letter. We know that if I send them a message, it'll go ba-ding on their phone or computer. Oh, someone's wanting to get up with me. So pray for these people. Reach out to these people. Of course, then we just have to, give it up to the Lord, right? Lord, I'm going to do what I can. Please bless the effort. That's all we can do, right? Then we want to hear, well done, my good and faithful servant. Faithful, that's all we're called to be. So we want to look at all the others, right? Lord, I called people and I prayed for them and I did everything I could. And it's still up to someone to accept or reject. But it's up to me to give them the opportunity to do that. Still, 4 weeks and then beyond. Pray for folks. Reach out to them.